All right. So I got this water boiling. I'm gonna turn the heat off. And here's my pile of basil. And I'm going to put it in this water to steep for, let's push it back off the heat. I'm gonna give it a little stir. I'm gonna let it sit here for like, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes. Oh, it smells good. Okay, so this has been steeping, I don't know, 45 minutes. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to put the sugar and honey in the bottom, and they say it calls for about 1 cup per gallon, 1 cup of sugar per gallon. So I'm gonna use a half a cup of regular sugar and then half a cup of honey. And then I'm going to take out all the leaves. Those are going to go into the compost. Compost bucket here. And then I'm going to dump this into here and give it a good stir. Ooh, it's like purple. Oh, that's pretty. All right, now I'm gonna give it a good stir. That's really, really pretty. Oh, I don't think you can tell, but it's like purple. It's purpley. Just put some in my mug here because I'm so excited to try it. I'm sure it's good cold too. Oh, wow. I might not have needed to put that much sugar in it because it's pretty sugary. So now that I've made it with what they called for, I'll just next time and maybe only do like 3/4. That's good. There's such a good, like, I don't know. Oh, that's really yummy. I hope Jade and Ben like it. I think adding ice will kind of, you know, water it down a little bit, but it's very flavorful. My goodness, it's just really, it's nice. It's very nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, June 15th. Yeah. Ooh, July 15th. We're halfway through July. Can you believe it? Look at this beautiful foggy morning. You can barely see the mountain right there. There's a big old mountain. But I was just out here and then taking pictures of my deck plants, and I wanted to show you all something I've been doing the past couple weeks because it's been so hot, and watering these has become a bit of a chore. So I decided to do this. So I have these really nice trays from Bootstrap Farmer. I mean, these are good quality trays. So I have just been filling the bottom of them up with water. I mean, because we've been in the 90s for like a week now. And I had these smaller ones. I need to go and get some more of them. I think I have like 30. I'm definitely going to invest in more this year. But so what I've done is I want to actually have these in one of these all by themselves. So I've got a couple in these, and then I've got one there. But I'm just keeping water in the bottom of them. And with the heat that we've had, I wouldn't have thought that these would set blossoms, but it looks like they still are. You know, when it gets to be over 90, or I don't even know if it's over 85, blossoms tend to fall off. And especially with like potted plants, like this gets, you know, heated up a lot quicker than in the ground. So I'm guessing maybe having them sitting in water is keeping them a little cooler, because I haven't seen any blossoms falling off, which is surprising for me, but they're all just taken off really well. These are the micros. This one is another fat frog. I loved fat frog. It didn't have a whole lot of fruit on it. The other one that I grew that one back at the end of October. It's not dead yet, but it's not really setting much fruit anymore, so I started some more. But I think especially like soon we're going to be going on a couple of vacations, and I don't like to have to ask anybody to water my garden, especially the hill. I'm not asking anybody to do that, which I never do water that, but to water all of my potted plants and everything, this is my solution, to try to set them in trays full of water. Or I was even thinking, because one of our trips we're gonna leave for like 9 days, I was just gonna take these all into the basement for that week, just so that they don't get dried out, because if they get dried out, they're goners. So I feel like if I just set them in the basement for a week and then bring them and try to, you know, reacclimate them to the sun again after that, that I'll be able to keep them alive longer. So I'm thinking that might be what I do for the long trip. But I'm experimenting with filling these with water on these 90-degree days and seeing how long the water stays in the tray before the tray dries out. So this is day 3, and they still have water in them. So, all right, guys. So I'm out here in the onion bed, and I'm trying to harvest my onions. See if I can get you a better view. And I thought, this might be something good to talk about. So, if you've been in any of my gardening tours, you see this bed doesn't have a walkway in front of it. Eventually it will. So, when I planted these onions, I was hoping that there'd be a walkway, but we never got around to it, and that's okay. But because of that, I didn't get a chance to spoon my tomatoes and like unbury them. So a lot of them didn't get very big. I mean, a lot of them are kind of puny. That's okay. I'll try again next year. I'll learn from my mistake this year. Also, I didn't water. It got really hot at one point, and then I noticed after it got hot and I didn't water them that they started to look wilty and dead. It is what it is. I mean, I'm getting some onions, and every year I plant, I learn stuff, so. See, I get some onions. There's some. These are my purple. My red or my purple variety, I'm not sure. But also, the bed behind it here needed to be redone. One of the boards started to fall out, and my husband had to get in there, and he was standing in this bed while he was trying to fix the other bed. So I think, you know, some of the onions got trampled on, and, you know, onions are not like a huge priority for me. Like tomatoes, I baby those. Well, I do my best. Like this year I didn't do as much pruning as I normally do. That's okay again. I'll figure out whether I truly need to prune as much as I pruned in years past, or if doing what I'm doing this year works just as well. So we'll find out. Every year is a learning experience, in my opinion. But I've got some garlic over there too. So I pretty much harvested all of my elephant garlic. And there's that creeping, so this has the 5 leaves. This is the creeping Virginia that's all over the place in my area. And it's actually growing up under all these boards. I keep fighting it, but it is what it is. But then this, I believe these are all the regular. Oh, and here's something too. At the bottom of my elephant garlic were these little, what they call corms. And I heard that you can plant them. So I just found these on the ground. I'm gonna shove them in the dirt. I don't know if after they're dried out, if they'll do anything, but let's just find out, because I'm not gonna plant anything in this corner probably. I'll just make this my garlic corner for next year. But I think I am going to succession sow some more zucchinis right here, because I have quite a few recipes that I want to try. So I think that's what I'll do once this is all cleaned up, is come down and put a bunch of zucchini seeds in the ground. Okay, y'all, it's starting to happen. I'm coming down here. Look at this one. Okay, this one is starting to blush a little bit here. It's a big boy, and something got a hold of it, but that's okay. I'll just save seeds from this one. Zebra easel. But look at this one. This is Cuss 22 or 21. It's almost there. These don't look so great, but that's okay. Bread and salt. It's getting there. Ooh, pretty soon I'm just gonna be filling up my basket every day. Look at these, blue pear. Beautiful. Look at this, I am so excited for this one. Look at this monster. Oh, get this out of the way. Look at that. Ooh, that's a hefty one. That's Mountaineer Mystery. Some disease a little bit back there. I keep trying to clean up the leaves that looking kind of yucky, but you know. Every day I've been spraying with hydrogen peroxide, I guess like once a week. Hot Mess Express here. I am sweaty and I'm over here at Materville. It's running down my nose. And I just needed to clean up the mess I made the other day. I'd come over, I think I got a clip of it, I can't remember, on Thursday and finished pruning this one over here. And I had left all of the pruning laying there because I was so tired and hungry. I was just like, I'm done. And it was getting dark. So I came back over here today to clean it up, because later on this evening, I want to come back after getting myself all cleaned up. And I want to do like a photo shoot at Materville of, you know, pictures of me in this, because I'm so proud of it. It's doing so well, and I want to get pictures before disease sets in, if it sets in. Here's hoping it stays healthy, because these plants are taller than me now, some of them. But I had that to do, as well as planting the berry bushes that I brought over. So there's the other bucket full of berry bushes. Can you see it? This tree limb is like low hanging. But one bucket, so I had 2 buckets. So these little sticks that you see, I just kind of took the shovel, pulled up the dirt. I mean, I didn't really put a whole lot into it because they really don't look that great right now. I don't know if they'll make it. I have a feeling that they'll be okay, as long as I keep them watered for the next few weeks. But my hope is that they kind of travel down the hill. I mean, if they travel this way, they're just going to get mowed over, so it doesn't really matter. But if they do come this way, you know, I could do the same thing, is just pull them up and keep transplanting all the way down. And then there can be like a a border of raspberry bushes all along the side of the hill here. So over here is where the sun hits pretty good. So this is where I'm gonna do the other bucket. And I think there's a lot more in this bucket, but you can see how sad they look. They're just, you know, they were ripped out of the ground. They're not happy, but just because they look like they're dead doesn't mean they're dead. So I'm gonna put them in the ground and see what happens. Because if I toss them in the woods, I know what will happen. Nothing. If I give them a shot, maybe I'll get something. So this is all I'm doing, just right along the edge here. Taking the shovel. This is gonna be hard to do on camera with one. Just sticking it down in and prying up a chunk of dirt. I'm just going all along and doing that. And then whatever water is left in the bucket, that's what I'm gonna water them in with. All right, I'll be back in just a second because this is proving to be difficult on camera. All right, well there they all are, the little sticks coming up out of the ground there. This was like the most thoughtless, haphazard planting of berry bushes ever. I mean, they were growing in a sandbox before, so this has got to at least be a step in a nicer direction for them. But I think it's supposed to rain the next couple of days, so that'll be good. But if this works, hopefully I'll get a handful of them that survive this very thoughtless transplanting. All right, guys, I will catch you in the next clip.